Hello, what's up guys? Tuma Collins here again from Colstar production, and hope you're keeping it safe out there. Make sure you wear your mask all the time and sanitize your hand, wash your hands with soap, and just make sure you're keeping it clean. Now today we're going to learn something in Photoshop. This is not something new also, and this is not for people who are using Photoshop. I mean, if you are using Photoshop, if you're a pro in Photoshop, you don't need to watch this video. Maybe there's something else you can watch, like how to clone yourself in Premiere Pro. If you don't know how to do that, that is. Yeah, today I'm going to show you how to clone yourself. I'm not going to show you how to clone yourself. I'm going to show you how to extract an image from a background and save it as a PNG. PNG simply means portable network graphics. Don't let the definition confuse you. This is simply an image without a background, and I'm going to show you how to do that. I'm also going to show you how you can play around with different backgrounds to match your image. So come with me.
Why is it a good thing if a guy has sex with a lot of girls, but if a girl has sex with 2 guys, she's a hoe? You see, my child, if key open many lock, it is master key. But if lock open by many key, it's a shady lock.
Oh shit. So guys, let's go ahead and open our software. This Photoshop CC 2019. We are yet to upgrade with the 2020 version. So there's a photo here that we're going to use. I think it's this one. I took this photo purposely for this tutorial, and before the end of this tutorial, I'll try and cover some of these tools. There are a lot of them, but I'll try to cover maybe 4 or 5 of them. We'll see how that goes, because I also want this clip to be as short as possible. So let's go ahead and start with the first tool. So this is a zoom tool. You can use it to zoom in and out of your image. So let's just do that. And to zoom in your image, just click on that positive sign and click on your image 2, 3, or 4 times, depending with how much you want to zoom in. And to zoom out, just the same, you click on the negative or the minus sign and click on your image to zoom out. Now that we know how to use our zoom tool, let's begin doing this. We want now to select our image and extract it from the background. And to select our image, we are going to use a quick selection tool. So if you right click on this quick selection tool, we realize that there's another tool here called a magic wand tool. Magic wand tool is another way of selecting an image also from the background, but this is a quicker way of selecting an image. I'll show you how it works, because you can't use it on just any image. You have to be sure that the image you're using, it will work with the magic wand first. So okay, before we start, let me do a little explanation of a quick on this quick selection tool. So the selection part of your image is the most crucial part. So if you get this part correctly, trust me, everything is going to be easy. You're not going to be having difficulties when trying to match your background with your image. So make sure you get this part correctly. So let's start. We are going to start with the quick selection tool. So just click on that to select that, and then to select your image, make sure also you click on the positive sign or the plus sign. To increase the size of your selection tool, just click on these dots, then increase it. I'll work with 64. I think 64 looks good for me. So let's start. Just hold down the right button of your mouse and drag along your image, just like that, just like that. Don't worry about the places that we've over selected. I'll show you how to deselect them. Okay, now we want to deselect this part. We've over selected so to do that, just click on the negative sign and deselect the parts that you don't want. And to select this part, you'll have to use a negative sign, given that this place is a small part of your image, so you can't use a positive sign to select that part. And it's easier. Just click on that part and it should be able to select automatically. Same here, but this is very small compared to the other one, so we'll have to reduce our selection tool. I think that's fine. So just the same thing, click on that part and it should be able to select. Just checking to make sure you've done a correct or perfect selection. Okay, let's zoom in because I can see there's a little bit of a mistake here. So let's zoom in a little bit more. Yeah, this place. Let's deselect it. Make sure, yeah. And also this part of my sunglasses. I think that looks good. I think that looks fine. So let's zoom out and check. Yeah, I think that looks good. So when you're done, just click on the select and mask tool. And if you check on your right side, there are some other tools. So these are the tools we use to just make sure we smoothen our edges if you want to. If your edges are a little bit rough, you can smoothen them or feather them or add some contrast. So you just play around with these tools to make sure you get your selection perfectly. A little bit of feather, don't add too much of it, and a little bit of contrast. Yeah, I think that looks good. Let's think -5 for shift edge is good, and click OK when you're done. And then there's another tool down here. There are several of them, but we're only going to cover one also, and it's called an add mask tool. So what this tool does is basically completes your selection process, and it completely extract your image from the background. So let's click on it and we're done. So we have just extracted this image from its original background. So this image doesn't have a background, and I'm going to show you how you can save this image as it is without a background, so that you can use it on a different background without doing the process of extracting the background out of it. So to save this image without the background, just simply go to your files, choose save as, and name your project. Sorry about that. Sorry. Name your image, and then under this choose PNG, just like that, and then save. Click OK, and we've saved that image as a PNG. So that image we can use it on a different background, and we won't have to go through the same process again. So the next step that I'm going to show you is how to now bring in different backgrounds to try and match the image. So I have a few backgrounds here that we are going to try out. So I'm going to use this background, just drag it to your software. By that, there are those softwares that allows you to drag and drop. I know of 2018 and 2019 version will allow you to do that. I'm not so sure of 2017 and 2016, but depending on the kind of version that you're using, you should be able to know. Okay, now we have our background and we have our image, and we want this to drag this image to this background. And to do that, just hold down the right button of your mouse and drag your image to your background and release the button. Just like that, we've changed the background of this image. You can resize the image or scale it down. So to scale the size of your image down, you can go to edit, then transform, and then select scale. To rotate your image, just click on the rotate, but right now we want to scale it down, and simply hold down the edges and drag it down just like that. And there's a way that you can scale down the right part of your image or the left part of your image or the upper side only. And to do that, depending also with the kind of version of the software that you're using, there are those that allows you to do that directly without holding any button on your keyboard. But for this current version, if you want to scale down maybe the right side only, you have to hold down the shift key button on your keyboard and then just hold the right side, and you should be able to scale up the right side or to scale down the right side according to your. Okay, now if you're done, just click OK. So I think that looks good. You can also crop the background to the size that you want. Just like that. So if you're okay with that, then you're done. You've just changed the background of an image. There's a long way to go, because we still need to do some color grading, try and match the background with the image, but we'll cover that on a different tutorial. But for now, let me show you now. Okay, let's just try and add a different background on it. Okay, this White House, let's use that. It's just the same thing. Let's scale this down first before dragging to that background. Something that's okay. Just the same thing. Drag it to your background and release the button. So the image still looks good, big. So this doesn't look realistic. If you post this online, people will trash you, man. Okay, now let's scale it down to try and match the background. Just the same thing. So for me, I think I'll go with that. I think that looks good. And to save this image with the background, simply go to save as, and then under this option, choose JPEG, not PNG, JPEG. So you're going to use this JPEG, but I always call it JPEG. Find it easier. So name your image and click OK. Make sure you choose the maximum quality and then click OK. So we've just saved that image as a JPEG. So that's it, guys. Thank you for watching. Thanks a lot. Thank you for your time. Sorry we haven't been able to cover the magic wand tool as I had promised, because we ran out of time. Because I like to keep my clips short. There's an online research that I was doing, and those people go online, mostly on YouTube, to maybe to learn how to do something. Most of those people, they don't like long clips. Like if it's the same thing happens to me. If maybe I'm stuck somewhere, I'm doing an edit and I'm stuck somewhere, I don't know how to do something. If I go on YouTube to check it out, I'll only I'll only go directly, I'll go directly to the point or the part that I want. If you're giving me stories in your clip, I'll skip that part and go directly to that point. So that's why I avoid stories, long stories in my videos, and try to be straight to the point as possible. And yeah, just make sure you get it, you get what you need at that particular time. If you want to see me, there are people, my friends have been saying, man, your clips are good, but try and smile on your clips, you're always so serious. Man, I'm just being myself, just being myself. I don't see anything to smile about. Okay, I love what I'm doing, but why should I smile? Why? Okay, I don't know. But if you want to see me smiling, you can check out my other YouTube channel by the name Stuma the DJ.
This is the tune of the DJ.
Before I forget, one of our online tutors, she's come up with her own YouTube channel called Choose Kind. You can also check it out. Subscribe, give her thumb ups. See what she does. She does great content.
Your purpose is counted to affect millions of people. It only requires what's within you. It only requires what you got. So, give that smile to the world. Ignite the colors in you. Show the world your worth. The world needs you.
Clean content for all ages. So check it out. I'll put a link somewhere.